What's up? What's up? What's up, world?
What's going on?
Welcome back to the Bitcoin and Bourbon. First off, happy old endings, happy new beginnings, happy New Year's to everybody out there. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you gotta hit that bell, bing, because you gotta be notified when this podcast is on. You hear me? And we gonna get right into it, people.
Right into it. We coming at you at a Bitcoin price of 90,481. 90,481 for one Bitcoin, just for one.
Yeah, opportunity. That's what that means, people. Opportunity. You hear me? And today, right, we just want to discuss like the new year, right? I know we talk about mindsets and we talk about resets, we talk about price, we talk about position, we talk about a lot of things on this podcast. But today, right? Today, I just want to specifically tell you, right, why it's a dire need. You need to get into the investment mindset right now. It's a financial shift, people. It's been going on for quite some time now. It just, if you ain't paying attention, I apologize for your distraction. And I'm willing to do that because I'm the bigger man, if that makes sense. People, I can't express. Oh, I also got good news before we go any further. Okay. I'm taking blockchain courses, people. I'm going to keep y'all updated. I will be a blockchain developer very, very soon, aka a blockchain engineer, technician, however you want. So I will keep y'all updated on that.
Yeah.
That's the new year. I brought New Year's in my mindset. This new year was this: load up on Bitcoin. That was my first. Literally, make peace with me, be a better me. I always that. But load up on more Bitcoin, and anything that I want to do mentally, I will not sit there and think about it. I will act upon all my thoughts as long as they are investing and adding to my growth. So that's just me. So write down in the comments anything, what was your resolution this year? And I pray that it was getting off zero.
There it is. There it is. So, new year. And right now where we are, we got a gift. Because like I said, we said this several episodes ago. Ask anybody in the Bitcoin crypto space. We were looking at a $200,000 to $300,000 Bitcoin by year's end, 2025, and we don't have that right now. We're at, as I just mentioned, the Bitcoin price and where we are at the time of this this episode, and it is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. I've said before that I'm never not buying Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin was at $250,000, I would still be adding stacking sats, aka my name, Marty the Sat Stacker. But the fact that we get a chance to buy it at this price is phenomenal. And here's the reason why. You have to understand, I probably have said this before, that you have to understand in order for a transaction to occur, there has to be a buyer and there has to be a seller. Two sides, right? Well, if people are selling, who do you think is buying? And here's the funny thing. Here's the beautiful thing about Bitcoin and blockchain technology. It's all on chain. It's a public ledger. You can see who's buying Bitcoin.
Everybody.
So when you see these big blocks of like a $10 million purchase or a $20 million purchase, who do you think that's not retail buying that? Right? That's the big institutions, that's the big whales that are gobbling up all the Bitcoin, while retail is the small folks that's trying to get a seat at the table. They're the ones that's being shaken out of their position because right now, Bitcoin is boring. It's real boring. And people don't have the patience. See, one of the things, if you want to get wealthy, all right, it's a three-part equation. And for most of my life, I only understood the first two, right? Which is to make sure that you are a good steward of your money. So when the money comes in, you got to be a good steward of it, all right? Meaning you have to do right by it, not buying frivolous things, not buying liabilities, things of that nature. The second part to that is if you are a good steward, because some people are a really good steward of their money, but they don't invest in anything, right? They take care of their money, but they just save it, they hoard it, right? The second part is that you have to buy good assets. Be a good steward over your money, plus buy good assets, plus, this was the part that I was missing, time and patience. Okay? Equals financial
Financial
success.
success.
That's the equation right there.
Because we switching from imagine this, people, and I think I done been through this. I'm quite sure a lot of people have been through this. Imagine in a system where you got to ask for permission to use your money, right? We changing from that. We changing from that system.
Yes.
We going into a permissionless system where it's no longer, I'm being honest, you no longer need banks to make things happen in your life. There's a lot of people out there that don't even have institutions, can't go to banks, don't even have a banking account. But with blockchain technology, that diminishes everything. We are able to be our own banks. We are entering into a permissionless system. Basically saying it's no longer, hey, because the color of my skin and where I live, I can't get a loan. We no longer in that. We are now switching from a centralized exchange into a whole system into a decentralized system. Decentralized system is permissionless. That means a bum off the street can buy Bitcoin and get into this technology. People, it's no longer a secret. That's basically what we switching into. We switching into a system where it's freedom. It's freedom. And when we speak wealth, people, I want you to understand that wealth is not money. It's time. The freedom of time to do whatever you want. A lot of us are selling our times. A lot of us are exchanging our times. For what? Worthless fiat. That's just what it is. We selling our time for other people's debt. It's time to get out of there, and that's what this system do. This is a wake-up system where if you don't get this system now, you're going to be trapped in this system later. A lot of us is on a rat race, gerbil race, where it's like, I understand that you got a lot of people that want the banks to custody their money, but why? You trust the banks more than you trust yourself? Ask yourself that. You trust the banks more than you trust yourself? It's time to I can't explain it. Only thing I can show you, people, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. Anytime I have to ask to use my money and borrow my money, that's not my money, people. Don't you realize that? That's not your money. That's equivalent to me asking, hey Marty, can I spend $100 on some Jordans? That's what we doing, people. It's time we getting out of this system. That's what blockchain technology, that's what Bitcoin is, and we explain it. Treat Bitcoin like the sun. What does the sun do? Of course it goes down. But what does the sun do? It powers you. Mm-hmm. It gives you energy. It wakes you up. That's what Bitcoin is, people. That's what crypto is, people. Crypto, Bitcoin, technology, blockchain. It's time to manifest a new you, through you.
Yeah, I was watching this reel where this young lady, she had actually did a DCA into Bitcoin, dollar cost average. She bought $1 worth of bit, and this is for people out there who are you in your mind, you in your way, and like or you're like, I gotta take care of some things, then I'll start to invest. That's the wrong mentality. Okay, that's not the mentality that's going to allow you to become wealthy. All right, you got to start now. This is what this young lady did. All right, she bought every single day. She bought $1 of Bitcoin.
$1.
It might be on TikTok or something. You guys can read $1 every day for 3 years. Her total investment at the end of 3 years, she had like $1,200 invested in it. But her return, it had grown to over 3,500. Just offer $1 a day.
$1.
And we got people that are like, okay, you either in one or two buckets if you're not off of zero, or if you got just a small amount. You got people, the one bucket of people, they're like, I need to take care of some things, and then I'm going to start investing. And then you got another bucket of individuals that are, they hesitate a little bit. They go back and forth and say, you know what, the timing just isn't right. The timing is never going to be right.
Never.
Okay, there's never a right time, a time to say, you know what, okay, now I'm ready to start to invest. Because here's the thing, even if you don't have $1 to invest, the beautiful thing about Bitcoin, because it's divided into subunits called Satoshis, you can buy 50 cents a day.
Basically, people,
50 cents of Bitcoin a day.
If you don't know what Satoshis is, you can compare it to a penny. How many pennies does it take to get to $1? It takes 100 pennies to get to $1. It takes 100 million Satoshis to make one Bitcoin. And I also want you to understand this, people. You're not priced out. Take that out of your mind. Just because you see something at this price.
You're not priced out right now as long as it's under $100,000. We're going to look back several years from now, us who have a sizable stack, and you're going to be one of two people, all right? You're going to be the individual that says, dang, man, I'm so glad that I stacked so many sats while it was under 100,000. Or you're going to be the individual that's going to say, dang, man, I wish I would have bought more while I was under 100,000. It's going to be, you're going to be in one of those two buckets. Listen, I don't promise anything because tomorrow ain't promised. But I promise you this. You're going to be on one of those two sides of the fence. And I promise you that.
It's a lot of like, I know we talk about Bitcoin a lot on here, right? Because that's the meat, that's the bread and butter, people. But it's also, I want you to get out, I want to paint investment to your mindset. There's a lot of great projects in this space. And this is not financial advice. But you should make DCA. Dollar cost average should be your best friend. A lot of people, we dollar cost average daily and we don't know it. You dollar cost average when you be at work in that vending machine. A lot of people go to the vending machine daily. That's dollar cost averaging into something. The money that you spend on liabilities, you should be taking it and putting it into assets. That's just
so you say there's a lot, people have a lot of bad no, okay. So if you get nothing from today's episode, I gave you the equation to build wealth. I gave you the equation, all right? Be a good steward of your money and buy good assets, be patient, and let it cook. All right? That's the equation. But here's the first part, most people mess that up. Like, ask yourself, do you have subscriptions to stuff that you have too many subscriptions to? Like, can you cancel some of the things that you subscribe to? Hulu, whatever. Netflix, all of this stuff. Do you DoorDash? All right, when you can go right down the street and pick up your food. Are you like habitual Amazon? Do you have to have a package delivered at your door once a week or every other week? Like, there's some things that if you sat down and reflected on your 2025, there are so many ways that you could sacrifice some things to make sure that you then in turn use that money to invest in assets. You're not going to, and thank you for the like, you're not going to survive what's coming if you don't own assets. You're not. You're just not. I just watched a post, and I'm not trying to get political, but I've known this for a while. My phone blows up with text messages and calls because I own a lot of property. And it's shell companies that Blackstone and BlackRock are using to buy up all these single family homes and pricing you out the market. And they do, here's what they're doing too. They'll buy 5 homes in the neighborhood and they'll sell 3 of them back to themselves at a higher price, raising your property value. This is one of the reasons why your property taxes are going up. And then the Trump administration, he just said, you know what, we're going to put a stop to this so we can make home affordability a thing again. All right, he wants to pass a law to stop them from doing it. And I saw an article I got to read and deep dive. Like, it got voted down. I don't understand this, man. So my point is again, not to get political. If you don't own assets, you're gonna get crushed. You are going to get absolutely destroyed. And I don't know what that asset is for you. If it's gold, it's gold. If it's silver, it's silver. If it's real estate, it's real estate. I have them all. My personal favorite is Bitcoin. All right, you're gonna have to own and have hard assets to survive what's about to happen. What's gonna happen over the next 3 years? Like, it's gonna be an illusion of people having more money in their pockets. If you have not paid attention to already, you should have received your first paycheck of the year. And you'll notice that your federal taxes, you have less of them being taken out of your paycheck, which means you looked at your check and said, hey, I got a little bit more money. What else is coming around the corner? You might have already sat down with your manager, your supervisor, and had your yearly review. So you're about to get a raise or an ASR, a salary review, cost of living adjustment, whatever your company calls it. You're about to come into that as well. I'm noticing like gas prices are coming down. There's some things and items in the store that are coming down. So there's going to be this illusion of people having more money, all right, which is going to cause inflation to come roaring back by 2029, by 2030. And those of you, when the tide goes back out, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be caught with their pants down because they didn't take all of this extra money that's going to be sloshing around the system
and invest it. It's like it's.
That's a mic drop right there. We can end the episode right there. But we'll continue.
It's basically like it's a dire need because what's truly going on in the world affects everything. And a lot of people, like I ain't political, I ain't gonna throw no politics.
We Bitcoiners, we don't care about politics.
A lot of people disdain for this president is causing them to not profit and benefit.
I said this the other day on one of my Instagram reels. Like, if you ask Bitcoiners are not into politics because both sides of the aisle are corrupt and grimy. We just wanted to do our own thing in our own little space until the last administration openly tried to kill our industry. Like, openly tried to take our Bitcoin and our crypto and throw it in the trash. Like, no. That wasn't going to happen. And so that's what made us kind of put our hat in the ring. Man, most of my adult life, I never voted. Never. Well, when you attack my industry, listen, y'all see my shirt. I'm pro Jesus Christ, I'm pro Bitcoin. All the other politics, y'all can have that stuff. I don't give a crap about that. You know, people get on the camera and lie to us, to our face. We watching one of the biggest fraud things in history, and people mad at the dude that exposed the fraud. That's asinine to me. I don't get it. Like, we go to work, bust our tail, and they taking tax dollars out of our checks, all right, that's going to fund fraud, and people not mad at the people that's committing fraud, but the dude that uncovered it. Make that make sense to me. And this is why I don't get into, I'm sorry, but this gets me emotional. This is one of the reasons why I don't do politics. Because it's crazy. I do Bitcoin. Because I know that if you can fix the money, you can fix the world. Right?
And that's the true
Fix the money, fix the world.
And that's the true purpose of the podcast, because it's basically like, even if we telling you something, right? And I can't stress this, because it was on TikTok. I put this on TikTok. People, when you in this space, you gotta stop being tribal. And your biggest thing, before you even put your money into something, you have to DYOR. You have to do your own research, because why are you putting money into something that you don't know what you're putting money in? You can't just go on what we say. As Bitcoiners, as whole coiners, as cryptopians, as SaaS stackers, it's vital that the information that you intake inside of your thought process is applied to your investments. If you don't understand what I'm saying, it's basically, this is the year of end distractions, all distractions. I don't care if you dealing with, this go for women and men, you could be dealing with somebody right now that's not benefiting you. It's time to let them go. It's time to stop buying things that's not benefiting you. It's time to let that go. It's time to, for real, it's time to find God, find yourself, and start investing into a better you. And when I say investing, I also mean, it ain't just in assets. You're an asset. Time is an asset. It's time to take, a lot of us treat time as a liability because we think it's always going to be here. And it ain't. Time is, Bitcoin and time is damn near the same, people. So it's like, it's vital that you invest into a proper time set, because time is not, like you said, ain't nothing promised.
It's crazy because I'll tell you this, don't miss this. I guarantee you in the same boat. When I was young and dumb, and I was young at a young age, and I made a lot of money, and I lost a lot of that money, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I got that back. I never got the time back. When time gone, you can. Y'all, some of y'all can relate to what I'm talking about. Like, you done lost a ton of money, you done made it back, and then some. But when you lose time, you can never get that back.
Okay.
And so you got to be very intentional about who you spend your time with. Okay.
And your time on.
You got to be very intentional what you spend your time on. And that's about, again, being a good steward over that which you are given. Just think about this. For you, those of you who have kids, if you got kids and you're giving them the best that money can buy, the best that life has to offer, right? You get them their clothes and toys and things of that nature. If they always tearing it up, always disrespecting the things that you give them, does that incentivize you to want to give them more? No, that incentivizes you to pause until you respect what I'm giving you, respect what I'm doing for you as your mother, as your father. All right? That's just how God sees us. God says, look, man, I got stuff for you. You ain't even begin. The stuff that I want to do for you, you ain't even begin to fathom. But I need to trust you before I open up this window and pour you out a blessing that you don't have room enough to receive. I need to make sure that when I give you the bag, you're going to do right by the bag. And we got to do right. We got to start making sure that our mentality, our mindsets are in alignment with what God has for us. Just be a good steward over what He's giving you, the little that He's given us, and He'll give us a lot more. I promise you.
Because that's what it starts with. It starts with how you think. Everything you do in this space, it starts with how you think. Like I said, it's a lot of great projects in this space, man. You just got to do your research. There's a lot of great projects in this space. You just got to do your research because, like my strategy ain't always going to be your strategy. Like me, Bitcoin is my savings. Bitcoin is my Roth IRA. Bitcoin is my 401k. I DCA every day in Bitcoin. But I also DCA into other projects. Like I said, this podcast ain't just based on Bitcoin, but it is. But it's other, it's XRP, it's XLM, it's ADA, it's WLF5. It's a lot of great projects out there, people, but I can speak on these projects because I actually did the due diligence and I know what these projects do. And one thing I will never, ever do in this space. I will never put my emotions into investing and I will never be tribal. Only because I understand that this technology is working together and we all in it for a gain to buy our time back.
If you guys think, I just had a conversation with a guy the other day, and it's funny because we were talking about how in a few years we're going to look back and we're going to look and see and say, man, it's crazy that we were able to buy Bitcoin for under $100,000. It's gonna look really weird. The same way to me, disclaimer, it's weird. It ain't even weird to me anymore because I understand what I hold. But that's like me. I've been in this space for over 8 years. So understand this, guys. I bought my first Bitcoin. It was under $4,000. It was at $3,800. $3,800. And I look at Bitcoin today at 90,000, and it's like, it's going to $1 million. It is going to, I don't know if it's going to be in the next 5 years, 6, 7 years.
It's going to $1 million.
Like, I did the homework for 2 years. It took me 2 years to fully understand Bitcoin. 2 years.
Why?
To fully understand Bitcoin and blockchain technology. I didn't say a dang on thing to anybody because if I would have told people what I was studying, they would have called me crazy or you a buffoon, like you don't know what you're doing.
I'm getting that response now though.
And I'm like,
people when I tell them I'm doing that.
It might have stopped me from buying and accumulating.
But the biggest reason I did start studying blockchain technology because it's like I'm heavily invested into this. Like why not know and understand it? And for me to become a blockchain engineer, which I'm about to be, that's even more bread to add to the butter. Like everything I do, right? I base my life on investing in assets. I know, I'm not bragging. I'm no longer part of the 99%. I don't think like the 99%. I don't act. I don't move. If anything, I'm putting myself in a wealth bubble where it's like, okay, this is a chance to buy my time back. Why would I? If I had the option to buy my time back or keep selling my time, which one would I do? Of course I'll buy my time back.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. So you buy your time back, listen to wise counsel. Don't listen to people that are... Listen, a lot of us hang around the people that are like us, right? They got, similar job. They're in a similar status level, right? You don't go to LA and the actresses in Hollywood or actors, they're not hanging out with regular people. They're hanging around people that are in the same status symbol, right? Well, this is what we have to do as little folk. We have to start learning how to level up and stop listening to the people in our group because the people in our group is pretty much on the same level. We don't want to stay on that level. It was okay to be on that level for a moment in time, but in 2026, it's time for us to level up. It's time for us to go up, and so we got to be mindful of the stuff that people are telling us. Like I said, if I would have disclosed what I was studying back in 2018, then somebody would have talked me out of buying Bitcoin. Y'all hear what I just said? Somebody would have taught me, because at the time, I can see it now looking back, it was crazy to have put in a dollar, let alone the thousands of dollars I had put into buying Bitcoin. It was crazy. It was asinine. But when you know that you know that you know, you just keep moving and you move in silence.
And once you become...
And the other thing is, sorry, Bob. The other thing is, understand that you're still early. A lot of you have people telling you like, "Oh, I'm priced out. I can't afford it." Yes, you can. Don't let people tell you that. Don't let your own self tell you that. Don't let the enemy trick you. Listen, man. They say the enemy comes to kill. The Bible says the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. You think the enemy want you to be wealthy? You think the enemy want you and your family to have your best life? No. So stop letting yourself trick you out of saying, "Oh, I'm priced out," or "It's too much." No. You can take $1 a day, or $5 a week, or $10 a week, and start building your Bitcoin portfolio. Don't let people trick you out of life-changing wealth.
Before we go, right? Because as we wind it down, I want people to understand, you don't get nothing from this episode. What he's saying and what we saying is, right, 2 things. 1, think bigger. Think bigger. Think bigger. Think bigger than Jordans. Think bigger than jewelry. Think bigger than clothes. Think bigger than liabilities. Think bigger. 2, understand what you are investing in, and understand that time is your biggest asset. It's more valuable than you. Once you understand that, you become that. Like I got this saying that I always say, the moment you start investing your time into assets is the moment your time becomes an asset. It's 2026, people. You gotta think bigger. Think bigger. You gotta think way bigger than what you're thinking. Like he said, like I came out of that bubble. Stop thinking like people that think like you and start thinking with people that think better than you and bigger than you. Be around people that got more than you, that's smarter than you. It's not hard. It's not hard. You gotta think bigger. If not, you always gonna put yourself in a category of a small-minded person. That's why we say that. A small-minded person don't know how to think big. You get what I'm saying, people? You got anything you want to leave them with, OG?
This is a big year. This is literally a make or break year. I'm telling you, for people who don't get it after this year, I'm sorry, but it is going to be tough come 2029, 2030, when inflation comes roaring back. So take advantage of the opportunity that has been given to you, that has been afforded to you, and let's win, champions. Let's see you all at the top.
And we gonna see you there. Till next time.
Be blessed. Peace.
I love that one, OG. OG, you be going into I love it.